All right. So can everybody hear me even with the AC? All right, cool. And I put the slides up to pre-reading if you guys want the slides. All right, let's begin. Slides aren't accessible? Pre-reading. Okay. Arrays, 2 and 3, okay. So there should be a PDF up there, there's not? Nothing? Oh, really? Oh my gosh. Okay. So okay, I'm gonna put some older ones up. So there's 2 other ones. Yeah. These ones work? Cool. Yeah, it looks like, okay. Yeah, these are good. Cool, those slides will work. Might be a little different, but yeah. All right, so we went over array methods a little bit. We went over slice and splice last week, very briefly. So there's all these methods available to you. There's so many, and they're all just on something called the constructor, and the constructor creates instances of arrays, so all the arrays you're dealing with are instances, and they all just built in, they have access to these methods. It's part of JavaScript. There's probably the most common ones. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any ones that I use regularly that aren't on there. No. This is good. We're going to go over each of these together. Yeah, and so there's a difference. Some of them, like something I dealt with last week, is when I was showing you guys splice and substring and substr. I was confused because I noticed that when I did splice before splice, it was a different result than when I was doing slice before splice. And that's because splice will actually change the array that it's called on. And slice doesn't do that. Slice gives you a copy. So you have to be careful. There's some that will mutate and some that won't. That's the keyword, mutating. Pop, it mutates it. It takes the last element off, removes it. Shift, unshift, push, splice, sort. And so sometimes, if an array is mutating, then it typically doesn't send you back like a copy. Because most of the other ones send you back like a copy. If it's mutating, it's probably sending you back maybe an element is removed. So that's what pop does. You can see in this example. Pop gives you back banana. It's because pop takes the last element, pops it off, and gives it back to you. So if we log out pop return down there, it's banana. Yeah, so here's pretty much all the mutative methods. Pop, push, those add to the end, or remove from the end. Shift, unshift, that's the beginning, adding, removing from the beginning. Sort, reverse, sort some based off of a function you pass in, or alphabetical is like by default, I believe. And reverse, obviously, just will make the last element the first, and so on. Yeah, so index of is a very unique one. It returns an index. You can consider this like a needle in a haystack thing. You give the first argument is the haystack, it's something large, a big string, and the second argument is the needle you're looking for. And what it gives you back is which index that character or string starts at. This one that people use a lot. This one is important, so I would focus index of. I would focus on that. Yeah, and the key thing about index of is it returns -1 if you didn't find anything. And so you use that, and sometimes you'll see people say like, if index of this is greater than -1. That means they're saying, does this character exist in the string? It's just a statement of doing that. Yeah. So slice, you guys seem to be aware of. It makes a copy based on indexes. And like we were going into detail last week, it doesn't, the second index you give it, it goes up to that index, but not that index itself. Yeah. So you see var sum equals folks.slice 0, 2. That's not getting ed. Even though ed is the second index, it's not getting ed. It goes up to ed, stops once it sees ed. Yeah, copy from till to away from here. Splice, it's pretty crazy. This accepts its first argument is the index you want to start at. The second one is how many characters you want to go from there. And it will remove those from your array. And if you give it a third argument, it'll replace what you removed with third argument. Yes. So first argument to splice the index where you want to start removing. Second argument, how many characters or how many elements you want to remove. Third argument, if you want to replace something, give the third argument and replace what you just removed with what you give it. Yeah. Third argument you very rarely do. Yeah. It's part of it if you want. Well, yeah, like you when you're splicing, you're removing something. So wherever that was removed from, it'll take your third argument and it'll just put it there in the spot. Yeah. You have a question? Okay. Yeah, we can do an example. So, and remember, it modifies your array, it mutates it. Remember this? You don't want to mess up. Yeah, and so you guys are trying, maybe, hopefully you guys aren't trying to write everything down right now, like, oh, this is the first argument, second argument. Because the truth is, you're just going to be Googling these as you're using them. I guess on the test, you have to look at those rules, and if I don't know the rules exactly for the test, you can't Google stuff. But, so at least master slice, I guess, is a good one. But for the most part, Googling is good. Yeah. All right, and they want me to teach you simple debugging, which is so key. Really, that is hard, and that's one of the big skills in programming is how do I solve this problem? How do I fix this error? So let's go through some strategies here. Debugging 25. Oh yeah, 75%. That makes sense. Yeah. So logic right. Yeah, I mean, so this diagram is expressing that, like, the way you should plan when you're writing code shouldn't be like, oh, I'm just gonna like write this. Like, I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna write this. I'm gonna like splice this, splice that, return that. I'm good. That's because really and realistically, it's gonna be like 25% of the work. So it's just that's a good like mental state to always be in. To just understand that you're not gonna write it out perfectly, and you're gonna have to solve this bug or something. Sometimes you don't, but yeah. Console.log. It's key. It really is. If you can't find a bug, something's going on, I like to see there's like I'm like trapping the bug somewhere, but I'm like putting logs like in between these two statements, and I'm gonna like log everything out. Like I'm gonna see if I can find the bug finally. And so console logging, like if you can't find something and it's driving you mad, just go line by line and console log everything that changes, everything that shows up, all the arguments, just stuff that because you obviously didn't write the code right, so don't think that you know what's going on. You have to learn what's going on because you don't know what's happening. So don't think like, oh, I don't have to log this out because I know that this is this. You probably may be dumb, and that's okay. That's why we have this. You're not supposed to think like a computer, because if you did, then we wouldn't need the computers. So use console log to become one with your computer. Yeah. Yeah, this is true. Yeah, I mean, you guys might notice when you're logging out stuff that something weird shows up. That's just part of console log. That's what happens. Like it won't nest too far down as the main thing. Yeah. Right, so this is a great example of a strategic way to log out. When you have all these nested loops and stuff, you probably want to go into the most deeply nested one, and you can start from there, I guess. Yeah, okay, yeah, and then so when you're logging, always a good idea to just put an extra description, like a string, before the whatever piece of data you're logging out, just so that when you're looking through the logs, like you don't have to check the line numbers and stuff, and it's just you can really get a clearer picture of exactly what's happening. Yeah. So those are just good habits to just keep in mind. It'll really serve you. Yeah. So there's lots of kinds of errors. Some of them will stop your code. Those will be runtime errors, or there's syntax errors which won't even let your code run in the first place. And there's runtime errors which will stop your code from executing. And so an example of a syntax is at the bottom. That someone really wrote the parentheses on that thing. Reference errors, you got a typo in there. Um, yeah, so be careful those are red things. Those are, I mean, specifically syntax, when it comes down to it, it's like, it gets really tricky. Um, you got to get in good, like the first lecture was on like structuring your code correctly so you can read it. And like you want to be able to have a visual sense of like your code, because eventually you'll be able to just look at it and you'll be like, oh, like just your sixth sense will tell you like which bracket is off. And so having a nice clean practice that you learned from the first workshop is going to really come in handy. Yeah. Okay, so that is the lecture. Now we're going to code together, and we're going to get into detail with all of the different array methods And we'll just play around with arrays, and I'll introduce some concepts that you'll be running into in the workshop as well. All right? Okay, so, oh my gosh. So someone tell me, let's define an array. Someone give me a line of code to write. Yeah, just one array. Mm-hmm. Right. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Semicolon, yeah. So what do we want to put in here? Anyone have any ideas? Some numbers, yeah. Okay. Say what? Oh, cool. All right. Okay. So what is an array method someone's curious about that maybe I skimmed over? Shift. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah. So we have. Let's just check out our array, right? Here's a good logging technique. Array. See what it gives us. Oh, that's good. Let's shift it out. See what happens. See what we got. Cool. So what did it do? Yeah, remove the first character, first element. I think I was talking in terms of strings, like at the beginning of the lecture. Yeah, my fault. But very similar concepts. Yeah, so you're shifting and then, yeah, unshift. And what do we put here? 0? Let's put -1 in there. I think that makes sense. Yeah, see? Oh, it's a string. Yeah, so put -1 at the beginning. Yeah. And so this is, so if we do shift, what do you guys think shifted is going to be equal to? Any ideas? So it's 0. Because, why? And can anyone explain that to me? Yeah. Yeah. So array.shift, it mutates, right? And returns what it removes. So what if we put an argument here? Does anyone think something will happen? I actually don't know. Does anybody know? Well, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. I actually don't know what will happen. So let's see if this is. I'm actually testing does shift have a first argument? I don't think it does. Yeah, it doesn't. So you can't put anything in shift. Never do that. What if we did this? What do you guys think array will look like? I think it's just has an extra. Oh, so look at that. So shift, yeah. So it does actually add. Isn't that crazy? So I think we can go forever. I think you can just keep adding. Yeah. Is that pretty crazy? So, what do you guys think if I did this? What do you think would happen? Yeah, I'm actually adding an array. It's not gonna. So sometimes people get confused when they're like trying to like add like 5 elements to something, so like an already existing array, and they just put the array in like push or in unshift, and then they run through their data and they're like it's broken. It's because those arrays don't just combine. You have to do something else. So why don't we try doing something else? What's another way we can combine 2 arrays? Anyone know? One of the array methods to combine 2 arrays? Yes? Concat. Did I hear another one? Concatenation, yeah. Yeah, let's play with concat a little bit. Did anyone have any questions on unshift and shift? All right, cool. Let's do concat. So we have, this one's gonna have 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so anyone want to tell me? Give me a way to use concat. Someone throw a line out at me. R plus R2, like this, like this. Let's see what that does. I think it's gonna be like a, huh? What is that? Yeah. Cool. Okay. Any other ideas? Concat. R dot concat. Okay. And then what do we pass in as the argument? R2. Okay. So, do you think that? What do you think line 7 will look like when we log it out? Yeah. Why is it going to stay the same? Yes, it's not changing. So what he said was, you're confused. Okay, so first off, you're confused. Wait, I'm not even. Oh, yeah, I'm doing concat. So on line 5, I'm calling concat on array 1. And I'm passing in array 2. And what concat is supposed to do is take one array and combine it with another array. But he said that on line 7, nothing's going to have changed. Why is that? Can you explain that? He explained it to me, but I don't know if everybody heard. Anyone else know? Yeah. I'd say just concat does not mutate the array it's called on, which is, yeah, that's the same thing. So we still have the original array. Oh yeah, oops, yeah, what was that? No, I didn't do it. Yeah, so how would we? Do anyone know what concat returns? Say what? Yeah. It returns a new array. It creates a whole new copy of something based off what you told it. So we'll have a whole new array, which is not what I want to write. Okay. So let's check it out. Nice. Look at that. Okay. So we got ourselves a concatenated array by doing that. So does this make sense to everybody? What I changed? Right. Concat just doesn't, like, you basically, this line without the var is like kind of useless. Like, this line's kind of useless. Because all JavaScript does is it runs, it actually, behind the scenes, it goes and it like creates this copy, and then it tries to send it back out to us on line 5, but we're not doing anything with it. So it's just running this operation for no reason. And we give it a reason by taking what it sent back at us, capturing it inside of array 3. storing it. All right, so we combined two arrays. That's pretty cool. What else do we want to go over here? Oh, that's even that was extra credit. Cool. Let's go over index of a little bit. So let's just get one array. So if I wanted to find if I wanted index to equal 2, or let's say I wanted it to equal, oh wait. Yes, let's say I wanted it to equal 2. This is confusing. Hold on, 1 second. If I wanted index to equal 2, what would I have to pass into index up here on line 4? Oh, nice. You guys got this. You guys have been probably using this a lot in the workshops, right? Yeah. Yeah, all right, so that's a key one. And then if I want it to equal -1, what do I got to do? What would I pass in? Yeah. Yeah, -1. Cool. And the if statement for that looks like this. Everybody knows. That's how you basically say, is the string John inside of this array? Just so you guys can see that again, because it comes up a lot. Say what? Why -1? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's a weird way of like it's saying exactly that. Yes, it would. The if statement would run. Yeah. So yeah, it looks kind of weird, but that's what people are expressing when they write greater than -1 using index of. Okay. Sort. Okay. Let's do maybe splice. Yeah, let's do splice. Let's do splice versus slice. Because come on. What's the difference, right? Okay. So we're gonna have one that's sliced. We're gonna have one that's sliced. I really don't like how they're so like similar. Like there's just a one letter difference. I really want to call it like something else, but well, yeah. Okay, let's call this copy. Okay, so what we're gonna do is okay. So since we've already been through this a couple times, well, no, let's start with a simple example. Var copy equals array1 dot var So, can someone before I run this tell me what copy is going to be? Does anyone know? Oh my gosh. Line 3 is supposed to be spliced, yeah. Anybody know? Same thing as what? Are you talking about copy? This is what copy is going to be? It's going to be 5, 6. Everything after 0. Okay. Anybody else? Yeah. You said copy is? Splice is going to start at, yeah, it's going to start at NX0 and then it's going to go, right, it's going to, yep. Yeah. It's going to be the same as array 1. Well, what's the first element of the copy going to be? It's not 5. You're almost right. This is a pretty tricky question. It's actually going to be 6. You said 6? Why is it going to be 6? Yeah. Yeah, so let's like make sure that, yeah, look at that. So, I tricked you guys because I put splice before slice, which is what I did a week ago, and I was like, what is going on? And that's because could someone tell me what splice does? It mutates it. So remember, be careful. All right, cool. So we have a pretty simple example now of like, I mean, this really shows the big difference between what they return, right? Splice obviously returns what it, or I guess maybe that's not obvious. It returns what it removes in array form. So if I did this, what would splice be? What would copy be? Anyone know? Yeah. Yeah, it'll be empty array. Okay, so he's right. What happens is splice is going to start at the 0th index. It's going to go 6 elements forward, which is all of them. It's going to remove each of them. And since it's removing each of them, it returns everything it removes as an array. So it's going to remove all the elements from array 1 and spit them out into spliced. And then now, since it mutates array 1 itself, array 1 will be empty. Just an empty array, and so we copy it with slice, and it is another empty array still. So any questions on what just happened? So can someone tell me what's the difference between the arguments in splice and slice? Anyone remember this by heart? Yes. Right. 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 So let's write this out for everybody. So this is first index. And this is first index. And then obviously, since we don't have a second argument to splice, I guess I never said this, since we don't have a second argument, that's why it's doing the length, the entirety of the array. It assumes by not giving a second argument that you want to go to the end. So if I gave it I think, yeah, array one that way. Yeah. So that's another way of saying, that's basically what I just did. I was like, that this is the same thing as not having an argument. This, same thing. So then this is the second index though. So let's, excluded. Okay, so if I did 0, 1, and I got rid of this splice, so we're not mutating at all. We're just doing slice now. What would this be? What would copy be? Say what? 5? I hope I'm not wrong. I think it's completely empty. Oh, it's 5. The second index is maybe included. The first index. Oh yeah, because 5 and 0 is index, right? So that makes sense. So then, yeah, so 6 is right. So 6 isn't in there. Right, that makes sense. Yeah, 6 isn't in there because even though it is the first index, so array 1 is actually equal to 6. Array 1, but it didn't. Oh, but it didn't come with because the second index is excluded. So what about if I did what would that be? Anybody? Sorry, what'd you say? Yeah, like 5 index. So it'd be, it wouldn't be -1. I think it's, I wonder if it's going to be an empty array. Well, yeah, since I guess the first index is included, right? And it makes sense that it's 10. I think it totally could be 10. Yeah, that would make mathematics sense. Yeah, cool. What if I did actually put it above? What happens? Is the empty array undefined? It's an empty array. Cool. Okay, so with those basic examples of slice, you guys understanding, it's all indexes. It's not counting. There's no like, yeah, because splice is counting. Yes. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I think that's what happens. Oh yeah, I wonder. Right. Right. Yeah, let's try it out. Let's try it out. So we want to add maybe like, if we just did this like 1, 2, 3, 4. What do you guys think would happen? Splice will be 1, 2, 3, 4. No, splice. No, splice won't be 1, 2, 3, 4. It'd be what? No. I think it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. No, no, because I'm starting at 0. Yeah. 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 Just in case anyone's confused, the third element injects itself, or maybe the third plus element will put itself into a spot where elements are supposed to be removed from. But we're not removing elements, so it's just kind of adding in an interesting way. Oh man! Oh yeah, splice is nothing. Let's see what array 1 is. Okay. Oh my god. Yeah, cool. So you can just do that if you want to. That's pretty cool. So this is a pretty, we're like fleshing out differences in functionality and purpose between splice and slice. So we went through a lot with slice, which I think is actually pretty simple functionality as long as you're comfortable with indexes. So let's get a little crazy with splice. So what if I challenge you guys right now to, I want to write the function push, okay? So I have a function push, and I want to, it accepts an array and it accepts elements. Only accepts one element. And I want to return I want to just mutate the array that enters. Mutate, change. And I want to use splice to do it. Yeah, let's implement push using splice. Anyone, sorry, not anyone besides you wanna, yeah, sorry. Anyone else have any ideas of how to do it? So yeah, sure, we're implementing push using splice. So push just adds one element. To the end, yeah, to the end. Yeah. Well, so no, we want to keep 10 in there. Yeah, it's just adding. It's only adding. Yeah, I like that. So, can you give me give me some code? Okay, so let's. Sorry, say what? It's okay if you don't have. Okay. Slice. -1. 5. 5. It's not going to work for every array, though. It'll work for this array, but. Yeah, I think you can definitely say array.length. Yeah, for sure. Array.length. So array length is going to be 6 here, right? Yeah. Well, no, it's going to be 6, right? Well, we don't need to, we can just ask the computer. Yeah, so I'm actually like getting confused, like will it, if we give it 5, if it was -1 and we gave it like 5, like by doing this, okay, so let's see what, it's so, what? How is the length 10? That doesn't make any sense. What? Oh, right. Okay, yeah, okay. 6. Yes, 6, okay. So if we did -1, right? And we, so then it had 5. Is it gonna, yeah, we might want to start at 6, I'm thinking. Right, because it doesn't, if we gave it 5, it would just add like here, right? Yeah, it'd be like this. Okay, so that's interesting. So we actually don't want to do that. Well, no. 0 and then element, yeah. So let's see what we got after this. So y, yeah. Okay. Oh, cool. Interesting. Okay. So why did that work without having to like return something? It's gonna beat this from you guys. This concept. Huh? Because it mutates it. Right. Okay. Cool. Mutating reverse. So I think we got a lot of these. I guess we can do a little bit of reverse and sort. Let me check something. Rotate array. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty. This is pretty advanced for the workshop, even except for one of them. So, anyone else curious about anything with array methods? Yeah. Right. So, arguments to splice. First one, starting index, and then second one, how many indexes or how many more elements you want to remove from that index. And in this scenario, we actually didn't want to remove anything. And so you have to put the argument in there. Yeah. Yeah. Anything else? We can go over anything. We can go over sorting, reversing. We can go over dot length. We can go over anything. Anything from last night? If no one has any ideas, I'm going to do something really hard. Okay. So let's, I'm going to make you guys implement, maybe not. So, okay, why don't we do, I think this last problem, all the last problems in these workshops are really hard, aren't they? They always like go crazy at the end. Debug. Right, okay, why don't we do this together? Because, oh no, I think this is good on your own, actually. Okay, 7:40, that's like 2 hours. All right, we're going to do something kind of hard. I want to, you guys can do it though. I want to implement reverse. So I want to create a copy of the array, and I want to like return copy here. my god, I don't have this. My 0, my O doesn't work. What is going on? Oh my god, okay. Yeah, we want to return a copy of array, except it's reversed. You guys did that, yeah, yesterday. Oh, awesome. Okay, so let's do the hard. Oh, cool. Okay, yeah. So we're gonna do this one. Rotate. So that means what we're gonna do is, or I'm just gonna get you guys started on this one, and then I'm gonna like review it later. So I'm gonna get you guys in the right track with like the logic behind it. So this is one of the last elements on the workshop, and I'll open up the workshop right now. Actually, if you guys just want to look at it. So by rotate, I mean if we were to rotate this by 5, if we rotate, so say we rotated array 1 by 1, if n reads 1, then array 1 would look like does that make sense? So it just like pushes elements, the last element for every n for every n that is 1 goes to the beginning, and then the rest you push forward. Yeah. Anybody have any starting ideas? Yeah. We can pop the last element. So tell me. Right. Okay, so we're just going to do r_pop, and this is like bar, what are we going to call this? Say what? New R. New R, like that? Is that what you said? Oh, new R, right. Well, that's not going to mean array. Yeah, sure, okay, last element, bar last. Cool, okay. Yeah, how do we do that? Okay, splice 0. So that was well done with splice, but there's another way you can do this. Well done, very well done. You understand splice, but what's another function that does this already? He said it. Did anyone hear him? Not shift. Yeah, what's the difference between shifting and unshifting, right? Yeah. Yeah. Right. Okay. So that'll work. What'd you say? Yeah, I think so. I think so too. So R. Okay. So what are we going to get out of this? Oh. Yeah. So we could just return R for now. Yeah, cool. Look, we did it. But what if I do 5? So I'm shifting it 5. No, it didn't. I want n is 5 now. Fix it. Yeah. Huh? Ooh, yeah. Okay. 4. So are we? The question is, are we scrolling through the array, or are we just counting? We're just counting. So what does that mean? Start at 0? Yeah. Okay, start at 0. Yeah, I think we can solve it anyway by starting at 0. I less than what? No, we're not scrolling through the array. We're not going through the array. What are we going through? Second parameter, n. Why n? Right. That's how many times we want to do it. Because it's n times. We want to shift n times. So this, whatever we do in this for loop is going to be happening n times. This is kind of what we want. Yeah? And then we'll just add 1 each time. Yeah? Okay. So I think we might even be able to like do this. This might actually, oh my gosh. Might actually do it. Let's see here. Wow, I think it did it. Pretty cool. Let's just do 2. Yeah, wow, it did it already. Okay, so what's up? N is how many times you want it to shift. Yeah, so the first time it's just 1. And then this one was, yeah. Yeah, so this was pretty easy. This is like the hardest part of this workshop. Does anyone have any questions on how this code works? Okay, any other questions on array methods? You guys are going to be having to write a lot of your own array methods for the workshop. So if you want me to go over any of them now, I'll do that. Alright, well, I'm going to open it up, and then I'm going to do the pairs. Did you guys like the group coding versus like lecturing? It's good? Yeah. Cool. Arrays 2 and debugging. Okay, it's open. So the first problem you guys can actually do on your own, I'd say. At least get started on your own while I flag out the pairs. It's probably really good exercise to like do on your own. It's really good. So, yeah.